Hi lovely people, welcome back to my tutorial for today. Thank you so much for your love. Thank you for your support. Okay, I sincerely from the bottom of my heart appreciate you all. Without your love, I won't still have the courage to continue this video, but because the love you people have been showing me, it's so awesome. I thank you so much. Okay, all right, and please, if this is your first time stopping by, kindly help us by hitting on that red icon to subscribe, and also touch the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Okay, all right, so in today's class we shall be looking at how to make a very beautiful circle dress. Okay, and it will also be having a pleat at the down part of the dress. Okay, I'll be pleating on top of the dress to fall down just to make the cloth colorful. All right, okay, so here I folded my fabric into two. Okay, I just fold into two like so. I just folded it. This is my fabric, so I just folded it this way. Okay, all right, so what the next thing I did is to hold at one end this way and fold again to jam this way. I hold this part, so I folded it this way. Hope you're seeing it. So that is exactly what I did. When I folded it, I folded again. So when you are folding, you just determine if you want how full you want your circle dress to be. Okay, so when you look at this my dress, you can see that I did not fold it to reach to meet this edge. Okay, because I don't want the fullness to be that cumbersome, so I have to reduce it to what I want. Okay, so you can decide to make your own gorgeous so big. You can just take it up to extend it to the other end. Okay, so I think this is what I want and it's okay and perfect for what I want. All right, so the first thing to do is to take our measurements. So the shoulder I'm working with is 14 inches. When divided by 2, it will give us 7 inches. So here we take our 7 inches, okay, which is here. So what I will do is just to make a straight line here, and I'll also mark our shoulder slope, which is 3 inches, okay. All right, so at this 7 inch now, I'll come down by 1 inch, okay. All right, and the armhole I'm working with, it's 15 inches divided by 2 to give us 7.5. So here I'll mark our 7.5. Okay, here I just mark 8.5 because my tape is still at this end, because when I push it to this one I will still have my 7.5 inches. Okay, so here I just make a straight line here just to guide me to get this my shoulder measurements at this part. Okay, so the shoulder I worked with here, it's 7 inches. Okay, when divided by 2, so here I'll just mark my 7 inch. So here I will just put my meter rule this way and I will connect it to this edge this way. Okay, all right, so when I put my tape back, I'll be having my 8.5 inches. So here is the 1 inch for our shoulder slope. So I can just connect my shoulder slope. Okay, so the next thing we will do now is to take our bust measurement. So the bust I'm working with is 37 inches. When divided by 4, sorry, it will give us 9.25. So here I will mark my 9.25. Okay, all right, so I'll be adding extra 1 inch for our ease, and I'll add 1 inch for our seam allowance. Okay, all right. So the next thing to do is to determine the length of our dress. Okay, okay, so starting from this line here, the length of the dress I'm working with is 39 inches. I'll add extra 1 inch for our folding, so making it 14 inches. So from here I'll take 40 inches. So I'll just mark 40 which is here. Okay, all right. So I will just take it down. I'll just be shifting my tape to be getting the 40 inches. Okay, all right. So after which I will just connect my lines. So after marking my length, I have to join it up. Okay, so the next thing to do is to connect from here, from this my bust measurement. I will just connect it down to meet this point. Okay, all right. So for our armhole, I will just find the midpoint, which is 7.5 into 2 will give us 3.75, which is here. So from here I will just connect it to my armhole. Okay, all right. So I'll just go ahead now and cut it out, but before then let's take our neckline. So from our neck width, I'll be using 3.5. Okay, so for the neck depth, I'll be using 4.5 for the front, and I'll be using 2 inches for the back. Okay, all right. So I'll just connect those 2 inches, then I'll connect those. Okay, so I'll just go ahead now and cut this out this way. Okay, so after cutting it out, I have this. Okay, all right. So when you look at this down part, you will notice that here is longer than here. This place is not up to the length that we are making. Okay, so what I will do is to just get another of the fabric. I will fold it into two, then I will place it here. Okay, I will place it here and make sure that I get back what will replace this. Okay, all right. So I'll just place another here, then I'll hold it up, adding my sewing allowance, then I will cut it out to join it to reach to this point. Okay, so here I've cut out the neckline of the back, so I'll just remove those back piece. Okay, I'll just shift it and cut out. Okay, so I'll just use this to cut out our facing. I've done so many tutorials on how to cut a facing. Okay, so you can just click on 7 stitches and watch out all my videos. Before you watch one or two, you would see plenty of cutting of facing that I did. Even the previous tutorial that I made, I cut out my facing. So you can just click on my wall and watch. Okay, all right. So I've just cut out the facing and tape the neck. Okay, so looking at the picture that we have, the picture of the dress that we are making, you will see that there is a ruffle at the end of the dress. Okay, so here I have 1 yard of chiffon fabric. As you can see, this is a very light chiffon. You can see that it sees through. Okay, not the thick one but the light one. Okay, you can also make use of your a net. Okay, also make use of your net, your baby net to do this. Okay, but for this I'll be using this chiffon because it will last longer. So when I cut it, I divided it into three. Okay, so here I have like I have 10.5. Okay, so here I've waved off the two edges. So what I would do is to mark 10 inches. I'll mark 10 inches at the body of my dress. I'll measure 10 inches round the dress. Okay, so when I measure the 10 inches, then I will plait this at the top of the dress. Okay, so I'll plait it this way. I'll just make a little pleat so that we have this my ruffles up. Okay, all right, I'll be having something like this after pleating. Okay, all right, so just to drop and cover the down part of my dress. Okay, so I'll just quickly rush to my cutting table. I'll just cut out this and I'll go to my machine, and I'll also cut out the facing. I will face turn the neck. Okay, you can also use your bias to do the turning. Okay, so I'll just turn the neck, but I think I'll be using a bias to just tape the round neck since I'm not having slits at the dress. Okay, so I'll just use my bias. I'll join the shoulders and I'll use my bias to turn it round. Okay, and I'll also cut out the sleeve because this dress will be having a sleeve, so I'll cut out my sleeve for the dress. Okay, then I'll cut out this remaining part. I will join it. Then after that I will join the two bodies together. Looking at this dress, you will see that what we make use of is just the shoulder measurement, the bust measurement, the armhole, and the length of the dress. No waist, no bust, no hip. Okay, because this is a very free dress. All right, so here I'll just use that 1 inch of allowance to shape it straight down. If you want to add your pocket, you can also do that. Just take your measurement and add your pocket, and you just go ahead and pleat this at the down part. Okay, all right, so when I pleat this down, I'll come and show you how it's looking before I do the other finishing part. Stay tuned and keep watching. Okay, so as you can see, I've closed up the shoulders. I've joined the two shoulders, and I've also taped the neckline using my bias. Okay, and I've also fixed the sleeves. Okay, I've closed this one up. So what I will do next is just to fold the mouth. Okay, so at this other side I've not closed it yet. Okay, because I followed from one end to pleat my ruffles. Okay, all right, so now I'm through with it. So what next thing to do is to use my 1 inch to close off those other parts. Okay, I'll close off this side. All right, then I'll fix my pocket, and that will be all, and our gown will be ready to slay. Okay, so I'll just come back and show you the end parts, or probably you'll be seeing it on our mannequin. So thank you so much for watching till the end. Till we'll meet in my next class. Love you all. Bye.